So, I want to share an opinion with you, and my opinion is going to be my opinion of the fucked up system that we live in currently, not forever. The truth about, my opinion about the truth of the government that we live under. So let's start from the bottom. Here we are right now, me and you, anyone watching these videos. You go to work, you pay your taxes, you currently now have to pay health insurance, and then on top of that, you have to pay for everything else. In America, there is currently nothing that is actually fucking free. Think about it. I live here in Florida. To go to the beach, you would think would be free. To go to the beach, you have to pay to park. You can't just park your car and go to the beach. No, now they need to collect because there's paved, already done and done. You have to pay for it. Okay, so you go to work, let's say you make minimum wage. I'm not 100% sure what minimum wage is. I am grateful that I don't currently make minimum wage. But I will say, minimum wage is, call it, let's just say $10 an hour. Some of you are like, damn, I make less than that. Let's call it $10 an hour. You work 40 hours, you make $400. What happens to that $400? It gets hit for about $80 in taxes. So now you're coming home with $320. You're at $320 in 4 weeks. So you're roughly around $1,200 you bring in a month. Mr. President, that $400 doesn't include, that $1,200, let's break that down on what you would probably be spending money on. Let's say rent. Rent in Florida for an apartment can range, for let's say a 2-bedroom apartment, can range anywhere between $700 to $1,400 a month. So let's say you're lucky, you find something wherever in an apartment complex or actually a house or something where you actually find something for $600. That $600 is now paid out of your $1,200 a month payment. Now you have $600 left. How do you get to work? By a car, right? Let's say you have a car that's paid off, so you don't have a car payment, because if you had a car payment, fuck all the rest of this math. Let's say that you had $600 left over and you have gas. Let's say gas is roughly around $40. Fuck when it goes down, fuck when it goes up. $40 a week. That's $120 out of your $160. Leaving you with what? $480? Now with your $480, what are you gonna do? You're like, oh shit, I'm good, I can buy some groceries, I can eat. No, now you have to have health insurance, which is potentially mandatory. I don't know what kind of plan you might have, regardless if it's $50 a month, which doesn't actually give you any coverage. You're just paying someone for nothing, actually. Or if you have some good plan where you're spending $600 a month on it. Fuck it, let's cut health insurance out of the whole equation. After your gas, well, let's say you ride the bus. That's $30 bus card for the month. So let's start from the beginning. $600 left over after paying your rent. Wait, let's not even talk about the bus card yet. Let's talk about how you now need to pay for electricity, which if you're lucky is roughly around $70 a month. But you're very likely to be unlucky in the system of money. So you're probably paying around $150, $120. Let's go back to the original $120. We'll do the rough estimate, $120. So we'll go back to the $480. So at the $480 now, that's electricity. Now you gotta pay water, which could be anywhere between $40 to over $100, depending on if you have a family or not, or if you're a single individual. So let's just say it's $80. Now you're down to, so now you're down to $400. Now what do you do with that $400? You think you got party money? No, you have have grocery money? No. You might have to have renter's insurance. Oh, it's cheap. It's still a bill. Oh, but because your cell phone that you have in your pocket, let's say it's not a Metro PCS listen to monitored phone. And let's say you have Verizon like I do. And me and my wife both have Galaxies. And on our Galaxies we have the family share plan, unlimited phone calls, unlimited text messages, but only 8 gigs of data shared. How easy is it to go over 8 gigs of data? If you're anyone who even looks at the internet, thank you for looking at the internet, you're likely to go over 8 gigs of data in general. So now you get extra fees for that. So let's go back to something else. So now, let's say your minimum cell phone expense is $100 a month. So now you're down to $300. But you might be in college. Oh, which is a whole nother expense. Let's say you're not in college, but let's say you're wise enough that the internet is potentially a necessity. So before you even have cable TV, you have the internet. How much is internet? Anywhere between $30 to $90 because of the speed. So now, what are you down to now? We're down to roughly around $300. What do you do with that $300? You're like, oh, groceries. I keep going back to groceries. Oh no, not groceries. Now you need to do the next thing. The next thing is we paid our water bill, we paid our electricity, we paid our rent. $300 for groceries. But what happens in life? There's random expenses. Oh, you go out with someone for something. Oh, you want to have Starbucks. Oh, you want to have a one Bud Light at a random bar, $8. You might have cable because you're in sports, so you need your cable so you can watch your sports, which is, in my opinion, no offense to no one, but fuck you all. Sports today is not an aspect of an Olympic thing. It's not to see these great individuals show off their skills. It's spend money on watching these sports. You know, I'm living in Tampa, Florida, and you know the Buccaneers aren't even on the radio, on TV sometimes because the stadium isn't full. So if you don't buy a ticket, you don't get to see the game either. That $300 that you're potentially left with is now split up within groceries, car insurance. We forgot car insurance because that's the main thing. So let's go back to the $300 and say, yes, you do have a car. We deducted gas expense. We have insurance. Let's say when you were 16, a rookie, you got into a random accident. Now your insurance isn't $85 a month, it's $150. So now your $300 is now down to $150. Now groceries. Let's say you actually get to spend that last $150 on the groceries. You're gonna spend $150 on food for one whole month. I go in this Walmart. I'm parked right outside of Walmart right now. $150. To get a pack of chicken, roughly it's going to cost you $10. How many times does 10 go into 15? 15. I'm sorry, 150. 15 times. That means if you're a meat eater, let's say, don't be a vegetarian. Vegetarians spend a lot more on food than meat eaters do. That make sure that it's good high quality stuff. They spend a lot more. But at at $10 a pack of meat, at $150, that's 15 things of chicken, steak, beef costs more, pork, 15 things you'll get. Out of 30 days, a general month, 15 days you can eat meat. No fruits, no vegetables. You better be drinking water out of the faucet. And that's what they expect you to do right now. with your $10 a week, an hour income. That if someone works 40 hours full time, they should be able to survive. No, but the system does not include you. Oh, your shoes are talking. You need new shoes. How much does the shoes cost? Oh, well then get them from Walmart. Hey, this big franchise. But you only have $150. Because those are the main things you already have to pay. You can't live the way the system's currently set up. Now this video is meant to go a different way. I'm generally happy the way it went. If we want change, we need to all unite. When I say all unite, when we all have one common ground, that's when we unite. When we stop looking at the color of our skin, when we stop looking at the way someone's dressed, or regardless if they're attractive, the portrayal of what attractiveness is to what's portrayed as to being ugly. When we all look past all of this surface and we all join hands, the 99.9%, join hands, that's where we'll make change. But I'm sorry to say, you're still deluded and distracted by that original aspect of paying attention to what's going on. You care so much about what football team's winning what game. You care so much about what the new fashion is. You care about so much what the new musical audio equipment is. You care so much about what your friend thinks about you, or what other people you don't even know think about you. You care so much about posting a photo on this, posting a photo on that. You're all allowing yourselves to be distracted. Is it easier and simple? Yes. Kids today, Steve Jobs says he never allowed his kids to use the technology because he wanted them to have imagination. Yet, nowadays, even here in Florida, first graders have their own tablets. They're learning how to sit in front of the technology, to sit down, to be oppressed, to be dumb, fat, and unimaginative. Wake the fuck up. You want change? Then I project it right now. 5 years from now. Today's date, November, I want to say 18th. 18th! We make the change. Because when you say it's impossible, I think of two words.